I'm up 12,000 this session. One hand changes everything. I'm holding ace-2 of hearts. I call 2 streets. I river the ace of clubs for 2 pair. I pot it immediately. My opponent snaps it off. They flip over king-queen. Full house. Just like that, gone. In this session, I somehow clawed it all back, and you already know what I did. Okay, so first hand of the session, I've got ace-jack offsuit in the big blind. It limps around to me from under the gun and the button, so I squeeze it up to 6.5 big blinds. I want to pick this up pre-flop, or at least narrow the field with a hand that plays okay heads up. The button folds, under the gun calls, and we go heads up to the flop. Queen 4-9. I've got nothing but ace high, so I fire out 4 big blinds. Mostly just a stab, trying to rep something and take it down right there. Under the gun raises, and yeah, I let it go. He's not going away, and I've got nothing to fight back with. Not the start I was hoping for. Few hands later, king 10 suited in the cutoff. Under the gun opens, and I put in a 3-bet. The big blind and under the gun both call. So we're 3 ways to the flop. Flop is 9-jack-6 with 1 diamond. I've got 2 overcards and a backdoor straight draw. Not much, but both players check to me, and I fire a pot-sized bet, representing the range I'm supposed to have here. The big blind folds, under the gun calls. Turn brings the 7 of hearts, and now I've actually picked up an open-ended straight draw on top of the king high. He checks again, and I bet 22.5 big blinds, keeping the pressure on, and I've got outs now if he does have something. He calls. River is the king of spades. That's the card right there! He checks, and I bet 39.5 for value. I've got top pair, and I want to get paid. He calls and shows 8 king. He was drawing to a straight the whole way and picked up top pair on the river, same as me. But I've got the better kicker. We take down 166 big blinds. That's a good pot. Very next hand, I pick up ace-king in the hijack, which is a nice spot to be in after that. Under the gun limps, and I put in a pot-sized raise. Button and small blind both call. Then the big blind shoves for 11 big blinds, and under the gun re-raises on top of that. It escalates fast. Button folds. I call, and we're basically all in with the big blind and under the gun. They flip over 6-5 suited, 5-9 offsuit, and 5 king suited. I've got ace-king, and I'm in great shape. Flop is ace-8-2 with 2 hearts, so I flopped top pair, top kicker. Turn is a 3 of spades. River bricks out with another 3. There's some pot splitting going on with the side pots, but I end up taking down 149 big blinds. I'll take it. So, a few hands later, I'm in the big blind with king 4 of spades. It limps around 6 ways, and I just check. Flop comes 7 king 6 with 2 diamonds. I've got top pair, but a terrible kicker, and the board is a little wet. I check. It checks around, then the cutoff bets. The button raises to 8 big blinds, and I call. I'm not totally sure about this. I've got top pair, but king 4 on a 2-diamond board with action in front of me is not a great spot. Then the cutoff 3 bets, and the pot is flying. I fold. With that kicker and that draw out there, against 2 players showing this much strength, I'm not good often enough to continue. Probably the right play, even if it stings a little. Not long after, I'm in the big blind with ace-jack again. It limps around, and I squeeze to a little over 3 big blinds. Want to thin the field. The small blind calls and we're heads up. Flop is 10-4-5 with 2 clubs. I've got ace high and he leads into me. I call, not ready to give up ace high with 2 overcards and backdoor potential. Turn is the 3 of hearts. I check back. The board is getting a little more connected, but I still don't have anything, and I don't want to blow up the pot. River is the ace of diamonds. I hit top pair. He bets 15 big blinds, and I go for a pot-sized raise, trying to get value from worse aces or maybe a busted draw. He calls and shows 10-3. He flopped top pair and turned 2 pair and was just playing it low. I walked right into it. That one hurt. Okay, next one. Ace 9 on the button. A couple players limp and I put in a pot-sized raise. Small blind calls, and one other player calls, and we see the flop 3 ways. Flop is Queen 4-2 with 2 diamonds. I've got nothing, and there's a flush draw out there, so I check behind to keep the pot manageable and see a free card. Turn is the 9 of clubs. Now I've got middle pair. I check, both players check, then I go ahead and bet 15 big blinds. I think I'm ahead here and I want to start building. Small blind calls, the other player folds. River is the 7 of clubs. He checks to me, and I check back. I'm comfortable with my pair, but not comfortable enough to bet 3 streets on this board. He tables 10 ace of diamonds. He was drawing to the flush the whole way and missed. We win! Oh, pocket 5s in the small blind. There's a raise and a caller in front of me, and I put in a 3-bet to thin it out. Big blind and the original raiser both call, and we go 3 ways. Flop is Queen 7 something. 3rd card didn't come through clean. I've got middle pair, and I check. One of them bets tiny, basically nothing, and I call. Not folding a pair here for a bet that small. Turn pair's the 7, and now I've got 2 pair, 7s and 5s. I check again. He bets, the other player calls, and I call. I want to keep them in. River is the king. Ugly card. There's a lot of hands that got there. I check. He bets 18 big blinds. The other player folds, and I let it go. I just don't beat enough of what he's repping. After 3 streets on a board that keeps getting worse for me. So this one's a quick one. Jack 9 of diamonds in the small blind, late in the session. There's a limper, and I raise to 5 big blinds. We go heads up. Flop is 7, king, 9. I've got middle pair, and I bet 4.2 big blinds for value, targeting king X hands that might pay me off. He folds, and I take it down. Clean. Next hand, ace 2 of hearts on the button. I put in a pot-sized raise, and the big blind calls heads up. Flop is 7, jack, king, with no spades. He leads into me. I call. I've got 2 backdoor draws and an overcard to part of the board. Just want to see your goes. Turn pairs the king. Now I've got kings on the board, and I'm basically playing it as a pair. He bets 8 big blinds, and I call again. River is the ace of clubs. 2 pair, aces and kings. I'm excited. He checks, and I pot it. He calls and shows king queen. He flopped top pair, turn trips, and I just bet into a full house. Rivering 2 pair when your opponent has the boat is just brutal. That's poker. Pocket eights on the button. The hijack limps, and I put in a pot-sized raise. We go heads up. Flop is 4, 6, 9. I've got an overpair, but there's enough danger on this board that I just check behind. I don't love getting raised here without more info. Turn pairs the 9. Now I've got 2 pair, 9s and 8s, and he checks again. I bet 4.5 big blinds to get some value out of it. He folds and I take the pot. Small win, fine. Last one. Jack 3 of clubs in the small blind. It limps around 6 ways and I just complete. Flop is 3 Jack 5 rainbow. I've flopped 2 pair and I lead out for 1 big blind, sizing way down to look weak and keep everyone in. 3 players call. Turn is the ace of hearts. Not a card I love, but I'm not panicking. I check. It bets tiny. 2 others call, and I raise to 7 big blinds. I'm not letting this go now. 1 player calls, others fold. River I check, he checks back, and I win! He doesn't show, probably had a weak jack or a draw. We take it down.